Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. Portugal versus North Macedonia tomorrow night. Italy getting knocked out by North Macedonia in the semi-finals. Madness. Madness, madness, madness. And what does this show? Look guys, listen. Last time Portugal were in the playoffs, I think it might have been against Sweden where we won 3-2 or Ronaldo got a hat-trick in that game. Where we actually conceded first in that game. And I think it might have been the 2012 playoffs for the 2012. And that's the last time we were in a playoff. And look, we saw in the qualifying group stages, Portugal struggled with Ireland, struggled with Luxembourg. We honestly struggled with Azerbaijan, I think, as well. And obviously, we struggled with Serbia, obviously. So, in this game, what do we expect? Look, North Macedonia managed to stifle Italy's attack. Berardi missing a couple of sitters. Immobile, suspects for Italy, in my opinion. I think Italy now, they need to develop a young striker, a clinical young striker. And I feel like, even though Portugal fell asleep for that Turkey game, if there was one team I'd rather go out to, would have been Turkey. I think Turkey had the superior team to North Macedonia. Yes, North Macedonia managed to stop Italy's attack. I think that we honestly have way too many goal scorers in our team to not do something. The likes of Jota, the likes of Felix, the likes of Ronaldo, the likes of Andre Silva, if he plays. Look, we're missing key players against Turkey and we still managed to get the job done. I think obviously we're still the better team regardless of that. But we made it harder for ourselves against Turkey. And so it was a good goal from Turkey. Yilmaz getting that goal, missed penalty. What do I expect from this game? I'm going to give my prediction straight away. I expect a 3-0 win against North Macedonia. I don't expect us to concede unless we fall asleep. However, with Fernando Santos not playing a defensive midfield against Turkey, I expect him to do that in this game. I think he needs to recognise, and I think he probably did, that there are times we fell asleep in the midfield, and you can't have Moutinho as that centre defensive midfielder. Yes, he's good on the ball. Yes, he's composed. Yes, he can slow down the pace of the game or quicken the pace of the game when he has the ball, but he's not physical enough, and that's it. And he's not quick enough either. You need a defensive midfielder in William or Danilo, who essentially are not quick enough either, but they are strong on the ball. They are very strong. They're going to be in between the centre backs, and you can rely on them defensively as much as going forward as well. I am confident that William is the player I want in this game. I think he's a player who's going to stand out in this game. I feel like he's the one who's going to control the midfield. He's going to drop in between the centre backs if we're in any trouble and manage to get the ball into the attacking players. And I think William can do that. He's been good for Betis this season. Danilo, I don't think he's going to play in this game. I think Pepe's back. So Pepe, look, let's get into the team. I think Pepe will play beside, honestly, he might play beside Jose Font again, or it might be Danilo. I think Danilo had a slightly better game than Font against Turkey. So I think what Fernando Santos is going to go with is Pepe, Danilo. Left back, I would love to see Nuno Mendes. I think he'll go with Guerreiro though. Right back, Cancelo's back, so I'm assuming Cancelo will play in place of Dalot. We get a lot more crosses from there, a lot more creativity. Cancelo will be playing more as a midfielder, but in that case, if he's going to be playing more as a midfielder, perhaps he should play two defensive midfielders. But even then, so not really. North Macedonia, I don't expect them to be creating chance after chance against us. And in terms of midfield, I think he's going to stick with a midfield four again. I think it worked well against Turkey. I think it'll work well against Macedonia, someone who's not going to really attack much like Turkey. Turkey did attack at times when they pressed us high. But they weren't constantly creating chances. When we fell asleep, when we created our mistakes. And I think against Macedonia, it will be even less of a worry. Turkey have a bit of a more threat going forward than Macedonia, in my opinion. And the midfield four, I think he's going to have to stick with a similar team, I think, in the midfield. However, I would bring a defensive midfielder, like I just mentioned, in William. I'll stick with Otavio. I think he's an absolute baller. Otavio, he's going to be everywhere on that pitch like he was against Turkey. He's an attacking midfielder, but you see he's got that defensive discipline, and he does get into defensive positions to help out with the fullback. So Otavio in the midfield. I would stick with Bernardo as well in the midfield. Bruno, he had a decent game in my opinion. I think a couple of people saying he went missing, but I thought he had some good crosses, got in some good positions. But he's not the cleanest on the ball. He likes to keep the ball, but he's not the type of player to keep the ball and do. And I mean, he is creative, but he's not necessarily the best dribbler of the ball, not the best in possession. I think he's one of those players who gets that world-class pass off once he has the ball. He's not really a Bernardo Silva or an Otavio in possession. So again, is he going to play Bruno? I think Renato Sanchez has a place to come in this team. If Sanchez is not available, I think he'll stick with Bruno and play William. Or I wouldn't mind seeing William, Moutinho, Otavio and Bernardo Silva. I think Moutinho, again, would be better in more of a box-to-box role. rather than having him in a defensive midfield role. So and the two up top, I think there's a place for Felix to come in. I think, you know, well, when he come on, and Ronaldo up top, I think Ronaldo was great in the first half. He kind of slipped. Well, he's good for 60 minutes, I would say. He was constantly involved in the attacking play. And I think Felix, with North Macedonia playing a low block, I think we saw that at times we struggled to kind of. Well, I think we dealt pretty well with Turkey's defence. I thought Soyuncu had a terrible game, and so did Demiral. But I think in this case, you need Felix, someone who's going to take on a player, someone who's got the pace and to drive into North Macedonia's defence. So I'll play Felix and Ronaldo. I think Rafael Leo should come on a bit earlier. If something goes wrong, you know, we have to see what happens throughout the game. But I expect us to win this game. Honestly, 3-0. I expect us to win this game. So yeah, guys, that's it. I mean, look, I expect us to win. It's a tough one against Macedonia. I think Macedonia, look, they're here for a reason. They're here in the finals for a reason, of course. Look, they're the first team to give Germany their loss. I think it was I think they beat them at home, and the first team to give Italy a loss in the qualifying stages. I think it was. I saw some sort of stat like that. So look, for Macedonia to beat Germany and Italy is mad. So look, on their day. Clearly, they're a tough one to handle defensively. I think they're gonna put everyone at the back. They're gonna put everyone at the back, playing a 5-4-1, 5-3-2, whatever. They're gonna play a very low block, and it's gonna be tough to break them down. But that's why I'll play the likes of Felix, the likes of Bernardo Silva, who can break that defense down. So, guys, let me know what you think. Will Portugal make it to the World Cup? Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.